welcome to episode 955 of the Player One podcast for Tuesday, March 18th, 2025. I am your host, Chris Johnston. With me, as always, from Canada, Mr. Greg Seward.
Hello.
How's it going there, sir?
Pretty good. How are you doing?
I'm doing just peachy. Thank you very much.
Can you really ask for much more than that at our age?
No. Our advanced age.
Our advanced age.
Yes, indeed. And joining me from the great state of Washington, Mr. Phil Theobald.
Well, that's me.
That is you. Hi.
How's it going?
You gonna drum us see, you've got that taiko drumstick.
I have my taiko drumsticks. They're right here. Now that I have my desk-mounted taiko drum.
Yeah.
You
can't do anything but...
I have my sticks.
Yeah.
Right by my keyboard, ready to go at a moment's notice.
Yes.
So they're fun.
Important.
I'm playing with them a lot.
For any taiko drumming emergencies.
And there may be
several.
There may be one. Who knows?
There's more than you probably expect.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yes, even when I'm not playing the Taiko no Tatsujin, I find myself picking up the sticks and doing a little playing across the set, you know?
I see. Yeah, of course.
You know what I could do now?
What's that?
Whenever we start a show, I can count us in.
Oh.
1, 2, 3, 4!
Yeah, it feels like a terrible idea.
And then
it does. And then we just start.
And then you start the show.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4.
Hello and welcome to episode.
See how great that is?
Wow. I think we should do that.
Right?
Yeah.
All right.
Clearly.
All right.
Stay tuned for next week.
This is why I usually start surfing Facebook when we get the show going.
Yeah. Yeah.
See what your racist aunt is up to?
I don't have any racist aunts, thank you.
Really?
They're uncles.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Completely different.
How
you doing, Phil?
I'm fine.
You're fine?
Hey, Phil.
Good.
Hey, what?
What did you do today?
Not much.
Did you go watch a show?
No?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Are you setting up a thing?
Oh, I thought you went and saw
We
something
did.
that I want to know. I want to know the details of.
We went and saw a Cirque du Soleil show.
Nice.
Today. There is a Cirque show. It's Yakuza.
Oh, I've seen that one.
You've seen Yakuza?
Yep.
I've seen it too.
There you go.
Today's their last day in the Seattle area.
Oh.
They are in Redmond, Washington. Not too far from Nintendo and Microsoft HQ. Over by the Target, if you're familiar with the Redmond area. Big old circus tent set up. You can't miss it.
And also a Target.
And a Target.
A Target.
Just down the highway, like an exit.
Okay. All right.
There's a Fred Meyer right across the street from there, so you can get your grocery shopping done and everything.
Yeah, that's good.
But yeah, we went and saw Cirque du Soleil.
Very nice.
It was
I love a good Cirque du Soleil show. And they're all good, so
they are all good.
And Finn had not seen one.
Really?
Oh, okay.
And let me tell you, very skeptical about it.
Oh, really?
It's easy to be that way.
He was not. Yeah. Well, you know why? Because it's not Roblox. So
it's not Roblox.
He had no interest. He was not enthused about going to see it. And we had to do a bit of convincing.
Compares everything to Roblox.
Well, you know, his friends are online playing Roblox.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to see.
Why would you want to go outside and do something?
I don't want to go see. Yeah, well, that's exactly it. Yeah. It is 100% it. You know, he doesn't. And we're trying to describe what a Cirque du Soleil show is.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing. If you're describing that to a kid, it doesn't sound very exciting.
No, it doesn't at all.
No.
And they have acrobatics and all these elaborate costumes, and they're doing all these crazy stunts, and his mind just goes to like a elementary school gymnastics class. And it's like, you don't understand.
No. Yeah.
But then when we get there, we walk into the tent, and we haven't even like gotten into the theater proper. We're just in like the tent where the food stand and the souvenir stands are, and he's just like, oh wow, this is really cool.
Yeah.
Like, they're selling popcorn.
Good stuff.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But then, during the actual show, he's, getting really into it. And there's a couple parts where it's very kind of death-defying and full on just like covering his mouth with his hands and just like, oh my God.
I really want to take my kids to a show because the first time I went to one was on my honeymoon.
Okay.
Because we honeymooned in Disney World.
Yeah.
And back then, which was like 2006, they had
Did you see the Country Bear Jamboree?
Yes, well, we did see that. But they had a show called Lanuba in what was then called Downtown Disney. I don't think it's called that anymore.
Okay.
Like it was a purpose-built theater for this show.
Okay.
Which are always as impressive as the traveling shows are.
Yes.
The permanent shows are amazing.
Right. Oh yeah.
So that was the first time I'd ever experienced it. My wife and I went to that, and I just totally fell in love with anything to do with Cirque. So I try to go whenever I can.
Right.
But the other night, I don't know why, it just kind of hit me. I was thinking of, actually, it was probably because you had told us that you were going to this show today. I was just sort of online. It's like, I wonder if I could find Lanuba like online, and actually, like the whole show is online, which is weird, but it is. And so I was just sort of watching it and reminiscing, and my youngest walked in the room. She goes, "Oh my gosh, what's that?" And I was telling her, and it's like, "Oh, we have to go. I really want to go see one of these." So, because it is, once you see it,
yes,
it's beautiful. It's artistic. It's death-defying, like you say. I mean, the skill on display is just incredible.
Yep.
Yeah, I love it. I highly recommend anyone go see any Cirque du Soleil show. They're all great.
It's true.
Yeah.
During the intermission, we're in line for the restroom, and they had a zillion porta potties set up, and Finn is just very excited. Oh, I'm
about
you
the
guys
porta
talk me
potties
into going, huh?
About the porta potty?
Oh, well, who wouldn't be?
Was it a Honey Bucket branded porta potty?
No,
we call them honey huts up here.
Oh, are they the honey huts?
Yeah,
no, they're honey buckets here.
Honey bucket.
But these were not. These are not. They all had. I'm assuming they travel with the circus because they all had Cirque du Soleil branding on them
first.
There's some death-defying stuff going on.
What was exciting?
That's the death-defying part.
You get inside, and a ribbon drops down from the ceiling, and you get to.
And then you have to dangle over it,
coil yourself up in it, and you're upside down. And you're flipping, and you're just letting it fly. Gravity takes care of the rest.
Unsanitary.
But he was while we're standing in line, he was telling me how he was very happy that we convinced him to go, and this is really, really great. And he was like,
sorry, go ahead.
When's the next time something like this is coming into town? And I'm like, oh, suddenly you want us to start like paying attention, and yeah. So I was like, well, maybe sometime we'll take a trip to Vegas, because I was like,
go see
a bunch of different
this
ones.
sort of thing is just all what Vegas is.
Yeah,
true.
That and blackjack.
Yes.
Yeah. Teach him how to play craps, and then take him to see a Cirque show.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Especially check out the porta potties and take a craps.
Wow.
Oh, come on. Yeah. That's just gross.
That was just crass.
We're having fun.
Well, if I hadn't done it, Phil, you would have.
I don't know. That is
true.
What must you think of me?
We all know.
Just horrible.
Yeah. Should we talk about some video game stuff?
I don't know. I'm enjoying the Cirque du Soleil talk, to be honest, but we can
good.
Move on.
It is pretty good. Yeah. But I think we should move along. Let's talk about the Silent Hill F trailer. Did you see the Silent Hill F trailer?
About 20 minutes ago.
I didn't see it.
Set in Japan for the first time.
Too spooky for me.
It is spooky.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I got.
Okay.
No, Follows a main character who appears to be like shifting between her real town and like another version of her town that has
The
some pretty
Upside Down?
horrific stuff going on in it. A lot of fun psychological horror elements and just weird body horror stuff happening. Yeah.
So I'm looking through the story here because I forget the name, but there we go. So this one's written by Ryukishi07, which is a visual novel, murder mystery, psychological supernatural horror writer. Pretty well regarded, apparently.
Okay.
I was talking to a friend last night about this, and they were really excited about it. So I think they saw some anime that was based on one of this person's scripts, and they're really impressed. And yeah, I think it looks great, and it's interesting that they're making such a departure from, here's a town in Maine
Called Silent Hill.
Yeah,
usually, right?
But I mean, it makes sense because it feels like Konami, I mean, I could be wrong about this, but it feels like Konami is more about sort of farming out their licenses now.
Yeah.
But it seems like they're being pretty well taken care of. So this looks really good.
It did look really good.
It's also set in the 60s, I think, is another thing you didn't mention.
Oh, okay.
It's not modern. It's set in the 1960s.
Oh. Set in the 1960s.
Yeah.
Yeah. Main character, Shimizu Hinako. So, teenage girl and the town suddenly shrouded in fog. Silent Hill shifting around the world. Yeah.
There you go.
Looks good. And it's being developed by a company called Neobards, who's worked on a couple of different... What? In Taiwan, yeah.
Taiwan, yeah.
Oh. So they've done some things for Capcom, including Devil May Cry HD Collection, Onimusha, Warlords Remaster, and Resident Evil Origins Collection for Switch. And I believe they also did the recent Dead Rising Director's Cut.
They did
work on that.
Deluxe Remaster.
The Deluxe, not
they did the
Cut, Deluxe Remaster.
Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection.
Yeah, so they've got some chops. This is good.
Yeah.
It looks really nice.
It does. You know what else looks really nice?
Phil in that shirt.
Oh.
I'm talking about Power Wash Simulator 2. Did you see the teaser trailer for Power Wash Simulator 2?
No,
I did not. I saw that it's a thing.
It's a thing, and guess what? They're completely changing the gameplay. It's now an RPG, for one thing, with turn-based power washing.
I don't think he's being sincere.
I think you're lying.
I'm not being sincere.
Although what you just described sounds awesome, and I would play that.
Heck yeah! No, just a lot more dirty things for you to clean off.
Yeah.
Maybe slow it down a little bit
to give a nice power wash to squirt a little water at.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Get it all up in the undercarriage.
Spray all the dirty things.
Spray all the dirty things.
Spritz up there.
Phil, I know you were a fan of Power Wash Simulator.
Well, I mean, that might be a little too strong of a term.
Oh yeah?
I mean, yeah, it's a fun.
Phil is aware of the Power Wash Simulator.
I'm sitting here watching a TV show,
relaxing,
that I'm not really paying much attention to. So I'll also play a video game that I'm also not paying much attention to, and by adding up those things, I'll be paying attention to one thing total.
It's a very relaxing game, and they have a lot of really good DLC, including. Well, I fell into it for the Back to the Future.
Of course you did.
DLC.
I did.
Which is great.
I did just buy the recently released Wallace and Gromit DLC for it.
Right.
So.
Wouldn't a power washer just destroy Wallace and Gromit? I mean, they're just made of clay.
Well, that's why that particular DLC is rated M for mature.
I
Gromit,
see.
I don't know if you've ever watched the Wallace and Gromit shorts. Gromit does not talk during those, but boy, can he scream in terror and pain as he is being melted away.
By water. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Alrighty. Well,
That was weird.
looking forward to that. Coming out on all platforms, obviously.
Yes.
All right, let's talk about Copilot for gaming. So Xbox is soon to release this for the Insider program. And there's a recent episode of the official Xbox podcast where they show off some of the scenarios that you may see in a sort of AI-driven sidekick scenario. So they actually show off a demo using Overwatch 2, which is pretty interesting. Like you as the player, like asking what just happened, like how did I die? And the
You got shot.
computer knows. Yeah, exactly. You get good, noob. Yeah, what happened? And it'll describe to you how you got killed or whatever. And one of them is like, oh shoot, another player is using my character. Who should I switch to? And the AI assistant comes in and says, oh, you should switch to this. It's a good match for the playstyle of this other character you were using, and the last time you used them, you did pretty well on this map. Like, so that's kind of interesting. Like, I like this.
How is this different than Clippy?
It's not, I suppose.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
But here's the thing that gets me. I don't know about how do you guys talk to your devices? Do you guys like use
No. In the car,
Siri?
I do.
And I
In the
just
car,
said
I do.
it, so now
To make
Oh,
phone
you mean
calls
like-
and things like that.
Like voice activated commands, or just like I'm
Like-
at home alone and I'm feeling a little lonely?
voice activated commands
Oh,
to a digital
refrigerate.
device.
You understand me. You got what I need. Come here.
Like, do you use the voice services for like ChatGPT or
I do not.
Apple's AI assistant or any of that stuff?
No.
I always hate using that because I'm never sure like what to say. Like, what words is it going to understand that I'm saying?
I mean, that extends into, I think, any use of AI right now. That seems to be the artistry to it is like figuring out what prompts to
keyword.
use to make it do what you want it to do.
And this is just
Yeah.
playing Infocom games. That's all this is.
Yeah, and they have a demo.
We were all practicing AI 40 years ago.
Yeah.
They have a demo of a Minecraft player asking how to play, basically.
Yeah, the tutorial.
And the tutorial, yeah, kind of interesting. I think
Is
this
AI
kind of
just
thing.
dredging up like 40-year-old technology and adding voice commands and calling it
Yeah.
AI?
The one thing that I thought was kind of interesting, and I didn't watch this, but I was just sort of reading the synopsis, was the idea of it being able to remind you of what you did the last time you played a game.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
I really
that's
like
the interesting
that.
part. And
Yeah.
you know, they don't show that off in this in the video.
No.
But that is like the thing that I want to see the most
Yes.
out of this technology. It's like, God, I don't remember where I was in this game. Can you tell me like what
there
I
are-
did last? Like
There are
what
games that do that.
Yeah, but
there
not
are
all
games
of them.
that do that.
There are very
Yeah.
few games that do that.
And I love that, but I want that more prevalent in other games.
Yeah.
It might even be better to have it at a kind of system level thing that
Well,
would
it
just
be.
work across all games. Like look
Yeah.
at your save or like look at where you are.
I mean, I think
I
that's
just know.
that's the exciting thing, is that something like this could live at a system level as opposed to being a feature that needs to be implemented in each and
Yeah.
every game.
Yeah.
Like I, as an example, recently, like I was sort of playing through the the Final Fantasy Pixel remasters, and I'd gotten like halfway through Final Fantasy 3, which I'd never, well, I shouldn't say that. I did play it when it was re-released on like the DS or 3DS or whatever, but I'd never really played much of before, so I don't know it. You know what I mean? Like the original Final Fantasy I've played multiple times. I could pick it up and by just looking sort of in the menu system and seeing where I am in the world, I have a good idea of what I need to do next. But Final Fantasy 3 is not like that at all. And I put that down because I'd gone and played something else. And probably, I think it was last month, I decided, hey, I should pick up Final Fantasy 3 again and try to finish it. No
idea.
Sweet clue what I'm doing, where I'm supposed to be going, and there's nothing in the game to tell you, right?
Right.
Like what I would need to do is wander around to different towns and sort of talk to everybody, and which is fine. It's old school. That's the way it works. But yeah, if there was something that could say like, hey, you should be doing this right now. This is your next objective.
Greg.
Yeah, this is your next objective, right? Or this is the last thing you did, or something like that. It'd be great.
And now you can kind of get that, like if you watch if you scrub through a YouTube full playthrough or something, you can kind of get to where you think you were the last time.
That's basically what you do now. But that's what I'm saying is like that significantly less friction. If you could just
it'd be better if the game
your
just
phone
knew.
or something, or just reads your save file or something like that, or So that was the part that got me excited about this, because everything else is kind of like, yeah, okay.
Or also, I forgot how to play. Can you
rerun the tutorial?
How do I change weapons in this game again? Or like that'd be nice. Change weapons is usually the Y button on Xbox controller.
I mean, also games tend to have a menu you can go into and look at the controls.
I mean, I want to ask an AI assistant to tell me what button, which one is the melee attack. But in this podcast, they also talk about like AI being able to like suggest games for you, which I think is an interesting thing as well. Like if you're a beginning player, and this was the scenario that they kind of went into, like a game that you can play with kids that's not too difficult, so the control is easy and well explained and things like that, and it'll like give you recommendations. That kind of thing is cool. Potentially. Yeah. If you're not following the industry 24/7 like we are, where
that
we
will
know
be immediately taken over by companies paying to have the AI recommend their games.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing. There is that Kickstarter. It's a Kickstarter, right? And I believe a friend of the show, Patrick Klepek, is involved in this, and a couple other people that we know as well. Like an app that will suggest games, indie games you should play.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I like that better than AI potentially doing that. But I think also on PlayStation Store now they do some kind of algorithmic recommendations in the PlayStation Store area.
But how would you ever figure it out? Because the store is such a terrible interface.
It's a pretty terrible interface.
They should get AI to redesign their store.
And I find anyway on my personal list, like the demos that it recommends I play are like the trophy grinding garbage apps a whole lot, which isn't great. And I don't play any of those, so I don't know why it's recommending those to me. But anyway, interesting use of AI here with the Copilot for gaming. I think we are at the very beginning of this being actually useful.
Yeah,
it'll be more. And I guess it's good. Microsoft is kind of at the forefront of this. They have a lot of games and all the Activision games too. Instead of using Bleeding Edge as the demo, which I think was in their last video, they were using Overwatch 2, which I think is a lot more like mainstream for that. But and then we got the news that Sony is experimenting with AI-powered characters. Did you hear about this? There was a leaked video.
Is this the thing with Aloy?
From Sony's Advanced Technology Group. Yeah, showing Aloy from Horizon. Yeah. And apparently used none of Ashley Birch's performance, but AI generated stuff. And this is the whole. Then there's also like a video that Ashley Birch posted, kind of responding to this. And of course, the SAG AFTRA strike that is still going on is all about this kind of thing, right? Mm-hmm. Where actors and performance artists have to be like told that their performance is being used to train AI. Yeah, and they have to be compensated for that, which I think is really important. But yeah,
I bet they do too.
God, all of this AI stuff, like so much of it is garbage right now. And I can't wait to the point 10 years from now where it will be actually useful. And maybe, fingers crossed, people use it in worthwhile ways and not like awful ways, like replacing
pictures for Facebook.
replacing voice actors and performances that are, real and good. And yeah, the idea that an AI actor can do what Ashley Birch does is just kind of ridiculous on its face. Like, and I don't want that in my games too. Like, sometimes it works. Okay, I'm talking about a game like the finals where they have an announcer system and all of that is done through AI. That actually works because to record voice lines for every single like possibility that might happen in a game is not very feasible. But to have like the main character of a game be AI generated, I don't like that. But anyway,
there's an incredible amount of optimism you have about executives not using this technology to line their pockets while spitting the creative people out onto the curb.
I know. I hope. See, here's the thing, and maybe this is too idealistic. I hope for the best from humanity. Whereas,
really,
I know is it wrong that I mean,
I guess, hoping for it isn't
I'm
bad.
optimistic. I want to be optimistic.
That's weird. Yeah. Okay. Hoping for it, I get. Optimism.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, hey, let's all feel old together. Chrono Trigger turns 30 this year.
9.5.
Wow.
Would you give the original Chrono Trigger a 9.5?
Sure, why not?
This is the OG Super Nintendo game. Square Enix has apparently now said that to celebrate the 30th anniversary, they're going to be launching various projects that go beyond the world of the game.
Oh.
So I'm expecting NFTs. Will be the first
What
thing.
happened to all that optimism?
Some merch.
Okay.
Maybe they'll add AI voice acting to the original.
Yeah, see, look at this.
No. God, I hope not. God, or a mobile. Oh, how about another mobile port of Chrono Trigger? Why not? Why not? Right? No, I hope it's good. I hope we get like re-releases of the original Chrono Trigger. It's been so long since I played it. They did that DS one quite a while ago.
Yes,
remember that?
That was the last actual one, wasn't it, or the last remake?
The last, like sort of remake release. Although they did a mobile port that I think went to Steam as well. But they should do something on console with it. I mean, they did re-release Chrono Cross, right? The Radical
Dreamers edition.
Oh,
edition. Yeah. By the way, I don't know how this spiked the memory for me, but you know that Claire Obscure Expedition 33 game that comes out in April. They've been posting like a lot of really fun videos. Like they're doing character trailers now, and then they did something about the music that I thought was really interesting, like how they are like sort of taking that old school inspiration of like Nobuo Uematsu music and like trying to do that, like model the soundtrack for that game after those iconic video game RPG themes of the 90s. And I love that. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right.
I hope that game's good. I'm so excited to play that game.
I hope it is too. It looks
every time
so
I
good.
see or hear anything about it, I'm like, yep, I really want to play this.
Well, and the previews have been good too.
Yeah.
Like I saw a lot of people who were like, I spent 13 hours with this demo and I want to start over and play it again. I'm like, oh, all right. This sounds good. All right. So Lego, my ego.
I've heard of it.
Yep.
No. Lego. They're doing a Mario Kart set, Phil.
They are.
Yep.
They announced a Mario Kart set coming this fall.
A big collector-oriented.
Oh, not this fall. May 15th.
Yeah, Lego tends to announce stuff pretty close to its release date.
Pretty close. And they had a little teaser video as well that they posted on social media. Looking pretty cool. It's Mario in a cart.
Yep.
And
it's like a big model.
It's a big model.
It's a big model meant to go on a shelf. This isn't a
this is not something you would play with, right?
Right. This is an 18 plus display collector's piece
with almost 2,000 pieces.
Yep.
Yeah. It looks good though.
It definitely does.
I assume you're buying it.
You know what? I actually might not.
You might not.
I might not.
Why is that?
Well, despite
I'm shocked. First of all,
despite what you might think, I've actually been slowing down a fair bit on purchasing Lego.
Running out of room
in recent months. Yeah, it's mostly a space issue.
Okay.
I've had to disassemble sets for storage purposes.
No disassemble.
Well, I'm afraid I had. Now if they did, a short circuit Lego set,
you'd have to get that.
I would purchase that.
Is there a fan made Johnny 5 Lego?
Oh, there are multiple fan made Johnny 5s.
Nice.
Yes. Boy. Boy. Let me tell you. I love Short Circuit.
Yeah.
But man, oh man.
Also, when are they going to do a revival of that?
The Fisher Stevens brown face. It's hard to go back and watch it, which is unfortunate because man, oh man, the special effects, the robot special effects are so good in that movie.
Yeah,
holy cow!
Are they going to do? They should do a revival.
I'm a little surprised they haven't.
A gritty Netflix series.
Ooh, maybe not. Short Circuit 2 got gritty enough.
Did it? I don't even know if I saw Short Circuit 2. I probably did. I just don't remember.
When Johnny 5 was practically beaten to death.
Oh, I think I did see that.
Where they were like, they were like, he ran afoul of a gang of toughs. And they beat him senseless.
But doesn't he come back looking like
his eyeball popped out?
I think you're right.
His little eye sensor got knocked out, for crying out loud. It was traumatic watching that as a kid. But yes, he's fine now. He got gold plated and everything.
I do remember that.
Which I will say, even as a kid,
I did see that.
I was like,
"Is too Michael McKean in that?"
It's too ostentatious.
Michael McKean is the villain in that movie.
Okay, so I have seen Short Circuit 2.
He's not like the true villain. I think if I remember correctly,
Humanity
he becomes like an ally at the end.
True villain.
Yeah.
No.
He's just a lackey. Just his character from Better Call Saul.
I still haven't watched Better Call Saul.
Oh, really?
I need to.
You've seen the Breaking Bads?
I've seen the Breaking Bad.
Okay, you should watch Better Call Saul.
I should.
I'll tell you this.
It's true.
As outstanding as Breaking Bad is, and it is outstanding.
Yeah,
I like Better Call Saul better.
I see. Okay,
I do.
All right,
I do.
I'll have to start watching it. I'll put it on my backlog. I got
watch it. That could be the next show you watch with your kid. Once you finish up Skytrack.
I don't think so. I don't think that's appropriate. Well, Phil.
Yes, sir.
Tell me do you have any love for Picross?
Well, you know what? Picross? Real quick, before we move on to Picross, the answer, of course, is yes.
Oh, okay.
I reserve the right to go back on I might not buy the Lego Mario Kart at a later date.
Well, of course. We all knew it.
I had to step away. So why would you might not buy this?
Because Mario Kart is a dumb game for dumb people.
So, but why would you not buy this?
The main reason is space.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a space issue. Mario Kart is a wonderful game.
This is true.
For fans of fun of all ages.
Intelligent people.
Exactly.
Everywhere.
No, it would 100% be a space issue. But again, I reserve the right to say, yeah, I'm still going to buy it anyway.
Yeah.
We'll see. Current plan is probably not, but you know how things go.
Yes.
So what's this about a Picross? I do enjoy Picross.
Yeah, well, good, because a new Picross game has been announced.
Mario's Picross on the Nintendo Switch Online service. We were talking about this last week. How exciting is that? What a treat.
A different one, Phil.
What?
That's right. This one, Picross S, Doraemon, and F Characters Edition.
Yeah, I love the F characters.
You like F characters?
Yeah, those are my favorite.
That doesn't translate into English.
I don't know what that means.
Well,
I know what Doraemon is.
Doraemon, of course, very classic Japanese. The anime is probably the most well known, but it's a robot cat that doesn't have any ears. It also has
from the
power
future, right?
To traverse.
Is it important
time.
that the cat doesn't have ears?
That's what gives it its time. The time traveling powers.
I mean, it was a legit question.
I don't know.
So that's,
I don't know if I don't think that's right.
That can't be right.
I'm just guessing.
Never mind.
Just guessing. Yes. So this not only does this have Doraemon, but it includes characters from the world of Fujiko F. Fujio, which is the creator of Doraemon.
That's what the F stands for.
That is what the F stands for.
I see.
They should probably just spell that out in the English. F characters.
Well, you know.
Yeah. But yeah. I'm probably going to buy this. I know, Phil,
I'm absolutely
you
gonna
are.
buy it. Are you kidding?
Apparently there's a demo up already, but I don't need to play the demo.
Demos of the Picross games.
They do, which is great. And I don't need to play the demo because I'm definitely...
the problem is the progress never carries over.
It never carries over. If it did, I would definitely play the demo.
I would as well, but
that's the one thing they haven't done. You don't got to sell me on a new
Picross game.
No. And anytime they announce a new one, I always go back to the old ones and continue playing because I don't think I have completed like 100% any.
Oh, really?
Any Picross game. No.
Anytime I get a new Picross game, I pretty much play nothing else until I complete it, which is why I don't just buy them every time they come out.
Now, when you say complete it, Greg,
complete the good stuff.
Okay,
there we are.
You're not counting Mega Picross.
No, God, no.
Which is trash.
I already spend way too much time on every game, which is the point I was making. That's why I don't run out and buy each new one, because I know that if I'm playing something else, I will abandon it so I can play through every good bit of the new Picross game.
Right.
But then, if I sort of get the urge, I have lots of old Picross games to choose from. And
that is true.
Yeah.
Now, if they were to release another Sega Picross or any other, like sort of cool branded one, I would consider it. But yeah,
Konami Picross.
They should do that.
Good.
There is a Konami Picross on iOS.
That's true.
They may need to put it on something I'd actually play it on.
Yeah, it's not a Jupiter produced title, so it's not nearly as good, but
it does exist.
It does exist.
Yeah, so this one's going to be $11, $10.99 on your electronic shop.
Nice.
Sold.
Yeah,
nice.
March 27th is when that comes out. So
please
look forward to it.
I'm excited to see an anime-based Picross game that features a license with which I am actually familiar.
Doraemon. Have you watched any Doraemon?
I have not actually watched any Doraemon. I have not read any Doraemon manga, but I am aware of the character. I've seen clips. I've seen historical, this is why Doraemon is important in the landscape of Japanese culture.
Yes.
Type videos or essays, but I've not actually watched it my own self. But again, I know more about it than I do about Overlord, whatever that one was.
Right.
Not
Overfiend. Oh,
not Overfiend. This is not the AO rated Picross game. or or what was the one with
Lord of the Nazarick or something like that.
That's the one.
Oh yeah, right. Lord of the Nazareth.
And the one with all like the anime girls that are also like animals.
Yeah.
Kimono Friends.
That's the one. I know nothing about that. So
Me neither.
I am familiar
With Doraemon.
Doraemon series, so
But
very
nothing else
excited.
from Fujio. The F characters.
Yes. Let's get a Tezuka
That'd be good, right?
Picross game.
I'd play the heck out of that.
Astro Boy and T characters, I guess. That's what it would probably be.
Yeah. I'd play that.
I would too. Oh boy, let's get a Rumiko Takahashi
Oh, yes.
Picross game.
I want to uncover Peachon
Right?
in Picross.
Be
Yes.
perfect.
It would be. All right. So our last story here is that the U.S. is getting Time Gal and Ninja Hayate on Steam. These were released, I guess, on Switch as part of an LD collection
Yes.
Over in Japan.
Taito
which I
LP
purchased.
collection.
Yes. And Steam is getting these games on April 10.
Oh my
So,
god. You know what? I'll be honest. This is my first time hearing about this. I am on Steam right now,
yeah.
adding to wish list and
Yes.
get the Ninja Hayate. Revenge of the Ninja was its
American name.
Sega CD title.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And
So the collection also had
Space Adventure Cobra.
Did
right?
it? No.
Yes.
Is that what it was? I thought it was what's it called? Starship Yamato or
Oh.
Oh yeah,
shoot.
yeah.
Was it?
It
Yeah.
was.
Yamato? Okay.
Yeah, it was Yamato.
Yamato, which I'm kind of sad to see isn't coming
I'm
because
assuming that's because there's
I'm sure
it's
licensing.
a licensed game.
Well, it isn't Harmony Gold. Is that no? Does Harmony Gold have that? Harmony Gold did have that at one point, I think. But anyway, which means that if they still own any kind of rights to it, no one will ever see it outside of Japan.
Boy, I
But,
just watched Secret Galaxy just put out a
yeah, I mean that's the only reason I know that
yeah.
because Captain Harlock
Yes.
in the something princess. Anyway, yeah, because that's the one. I mean, you know, I've played Time Gal and I've played Ninja Hayate. Like, I'd love to try Yamato,
Another one.
but
The
yeah,
Yamato
anyway.
did not come out on Sega CD.
No.
Nope.
Now you could, Greg. Do you have a Japanese eShop account?
I think I do.
You could just go to the
Yeah, that's true.
Japanese
eShop and buy
eShop
it?
and because they they sell. I bought the physical version of that has all 3 games on the cart,
Mhm.
but they do sell them a la carte.
Oh, do they really? Okay.
Yeah, if you go to the Japanese eShop, you can buy them individually.
Can I tell you something?
Please do.
I haven't turned on my Switch in months.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you're ready for some Doraemon Picross.
Also, we'll say that Ninja
I think he's
Hayate
skipping that
and
one.
Time Gal are good. They're not great.
Well, yeah.
They're very
Well, these
short.
are the HD remasters.
Yeah.
Of these, and so they're coming out on Steam April 10th.
But if they're cheap enough, they're fun to experience. So
Well, I don't think they're cheap.
It's Taito stuff tends to be
wait for a sale.
pretty expensive.
Yeah, the price
wait for a sale.
listed in this Gematsu article, anyways, 4180 yen. So that's probably
I thought you were going to say dollars.
over $30.
So probably like 30. These are probably going to be like $29.99 each then.
Maybe it depends how Taito does
that's
their.
way too much.
It could be $39. It
That's
depends.
even more way too much.
If it was really like the currency conversion for 4180, it'd be more like $25.
Right.
But
I'd say I'd be willing to pay like $15 at the high end for either of those. But they're fun to experience. Don't get me wrong. But
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty, gentlemen, it is time to talk about what we have been playing. I'll go first.
Okay.
Yeah, so I went on a trip to Chicago this past week.
Illinois?
Illinois, yes.
Oh, yeah, that's the good one.
The very same.
Mm-hmm.
And I brought my Steam Deck and my PlayStation Portal. I was hoping maybe to be able to play.
How many friggin' systems did you need?
You didn't bring your Switch?
Just those two. I didn't bring the Switch. No, just those two.
Only two long systems.
Only two.
Did you bring your Lynx?
No.
Hell yeah. Play a little Viking child.
But then
you didn't take Todd through his adventure in Slime World?
Not this time. No.
Gates of Zendikon?
No.
Man, you're missing out.
No. Those are on
you know what, though?
Steam Deck. Those are on Steam, right?
They are. I just checked Todd's Adventure in Slime World. Currently on sale for $2.99.
Because
that's
it
what
is
I would
the
pay for Time
spring.
Gal.
It is the Steam spring sale. Yeah.
You just said you'd pay $15 for Time Gal.
I said
now it's down to
$15
$3
on the high end.
Okay.
$2.99. I wouldn't even have to think about it. I just get it.
Right.
Yeah.
I
Should
see.
I buy Todd's Adventures in Slime? I shouldn't buy Todd's Adventures in Slime World.
Why not? You have a Steam Deck. It's a perfect game.
Obviously that's
recreate.
what there's a whole Lynx bundle.
Oh,
50% off. Currently $11.59.
At the risk of making this show even longer, what's in the Lynx bundle?
We got Todd's Adventures in Slime World.
Mm-hmm.
Got Checkered Flag.
Okay.
Zarler Mercenary.
Yeah.
Zarler?
I believe so.
Electro Cop.
Electro Cop was gonna be my next punchline. Okay.
It is in there. You're in luck. Gates of Zendikon. And Blue Lightning.
Okay. Blue Lightning. That's good.
Yeah, that's a good game.
That was like
the game. Warbirds.
No. Well, then again, what is?
Warbirds.
I actually really loved Warbirds back in the day.
Warbirds really good. Yeah.
But that's your Lynx collection right there.
I see.
Please look
so I brought
forward to
these
it.
2 systems with me on the trip.
That's a lot of systems.
And as you know, the PlayStation Portal does not work without a strong internet connection.
Yeah.
That board don't work on water unless it has a power.
Yeah. And then my dad didn't know his Wi-Fi password. So
oh my goodness.
Completely useless to me to have the PS Portal.
You're ruining my vacation, Dad.
So instead, I had the Steam Deck with me, and I purchased a little game called Wanderstop last week to play on the trip. And I had played a demo of this during Steam Next Fest. It is a cozy game where you are sort of running a tea shop. And you are doing everything manually in this tea shop. You are planting the plants that you take the leaves from and turn into tea.
Hardcore.
I know, right? You're putting together all the different flavors of things, and you like manually. There's this big machine in the center of the tea shop, and it's a multi-step thing. You have to fill this bucket with water, and then you have to heat it up and get it boiling, and then you have to add your flavors, and then you have to like kick it down to where this is all going to be served. Then you have to do like a perfect pour of the tea into a mug and then serve it to a customer. So it's very manual. But the idea of this game, it's kind of starts off with the cinematic where you, the main character, Alta, you are a warrior who has honed your battle skills over many years. You have defeated many opponents. You're at the top of your game in the fighting arena, and then suddenly you lose.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. And you get up and you get struck down again and you lose again. And you're like, oh, I've lost. Like, what is happening here? Like, I've lost my edge. I need to train more. So you like run into the forest as one would to try
There's
to
more than
find
one wood in the forest.
Master Winters, who will assist you in training, and you'll get better at fighting and come back and whoop ass. turns out suddenly you start to feel really weak and you can't carry your sword and you collapse in the forest and you wake up next to this tea shop. And the whole game really is about slowing down to focus on like little things. Like if you were the type of person that focused on being the best to the detriment of everything else, this is like, all right, take a minute, take a moment, slow down, make some tea, do some things for other people, like and it's a really interesting game from the creators of the Stanley Parable, which is also a really great and well-written game. And it has a lot of like in-world fiction that I think is very much worth reading. They're generally speaking, I hate in-game lore. I don't know if you know this about me.
Yeah,
Probably did.
Yeah. If like I'm playing a Fallout game or something like that, and a page of text is more than one screen long, I probably am not going to read it. Right? Probably. But so in this game, which you find these lost packages in the environment and you send them back to their owners, and sometimes you get things back. And one of the things you get back are these books with a fake sort of secret agent named Dirk Warhard. And
sounds like a Mystery Science Theater 3000 name.
It is exactly
Slab
that.
brick chests.
It is exactly that.
Rock hard cheese.
But anyway, these books that you start getting, and there are multiple Dirk Warhard books in Wanderstop, they're so well written and so funny, and they're only about like 10 pages long each. Maybe some of them are longer, but really, really funny stuff from the writer of the Stanley Parable. So, and that's a really funny game if you've ever played it. And yeah, the Dirk Warhard novels are absolutely fantastic. Maybe some of my favorite in-game like lore text ever that I've ever experienced in a game. Really, really funny stuff. And Polygon did an article. They did they reprinted an excerpt of one of the Dirk Warhard novels called Edge of a Bullet. It's the name of the book. And it's fantastic. Anyway, I'll link to it in the show notes. You should definitely check it out. But Wanderstop is also, I'm just really enjoying the game. It's a nice, cozy tea-making game. Reminds me a lot of like Animal Crossing, Viva Pinata, with the humor and great dialogue of the Stanley Parable. Yeah. I don't know why I'm getting like Viva Pinata vibes. Maybe from the music. The music is very good. And the animation and writing in it is really, really good. Better than most cozy games that I've played, I will say. Anyway, that's the only game I've been playing. I've been playing Wanderstop. So I played a couple hours of Wanderstop during my trip. And it's absolutely fantastic. I'm going to play some more of that. So I had to take a break in my Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii adventure.
Yeah, I'm very disappointed.
Yeah, sorry to say, because of the PlayStation Portal not having that connectivity, I couldn't continue.
You need that.
Yeah, playing it.
It is important.
But, yeah. So that's all I've been playing. Greg,
That's me.
why don't you tell us about what you have been playing, sir?
I've been pretty busy all week, but I did get some time to put some more hours into Silent Hill 2.
Mm.
Yeah.
I was playing some more of it today, actually, and it's really starting to ramp up. I don't know anything about Silent Hill 2 because I only ever played maybe the first hour back when it was new. So this is all like completely new to me. I'm not using a walkthrough or anything like that. So I got to the point, for anyone who has played this game, where you go through the red door, which means I guess you're in a different dimension or something. It doesn't really explain what's going on. All I know is I really regretted going through that red door. Because the game really ramped up a lot. it did that thing where like I walked in. So there's like right now there's only really two. Well, I saw Pyramid Head finally. I don't know what he's actually called, but I saw Pyramid Head finally for the first time. Which I've been kind of waiting.
Not called Pyramid Head?
I don't know. That's just
he's Pyramid Head.
Okay,
It has to be.
I don't know, bro. Chill out.
What do I was confused. I was like, I didn't realize that was, that was a point of contention that perhaps
I don't
he's not
think
actually.
it is a point of contention. I was just
like, is his name
I was
Eric?
just saying I don't
People
know.
just call him Pyramid Head because he's got that. Like, does he
You have
offended
to
by the
slap
term
an-
Pyramid Head?
Slap a name tag on him. Hello,
Yeah.
my name is Eric.
Please excuse my pyramid-shaped head.
Yes. Continue.
Did you ever see Phineas and Ferb? He's kind of like a hardcore Phineas.
Yeah, you're right. Actually,
Yeah.
yeah.
That was
Silent
probably
Hill's
the
kind of like a
inspiration.
dark and edgy Phineas and
definitely-
I'm
Ferb.
going to go ahead and say that Silent Hill 2 came out before Phineas and Ferb.
The
And so are you
inspiration.
saying that Phineas and Ferb is a kid version of Silent Hill?
Could be.
Okay.
Mm. Is that a guarantee?
Anyway, so I finally saw that character for the first time,
Yeah.
which I knew was going to happen. Basically, like the area I was in, because it just they really sort of telegraph that you're about to meet some big lumbering scary thing. But yeah, then went through this red door. That was right after you meet him. Actually, you go through this red door and kind of just take a step over this little chasm, and suddenly you're in. I think it's a world, like it's an alternate dimension, but otherwise there are only like really two monsters that I've been seeing so far. It's they're I don't even know how to describe them. They're this one set of monsters that are just basically torsos with legs.
Okay.
That will spray like acid and things like that. And then there's this other set that are basically two sets of legs. That you walk into this area and they're just bodies strewn everywhere.
Ooh.
And it's like, because you've played video games for so long, it's just like, oh no. These are all going to come to life at some point. Like, I just know it, right? And the game doesn't let you do that thing where, because I started doing it, where you walk up to the corpses and you start beating them in the hopes that you like preemptively
Naturally.
keep them out of the fight. Doesn't work. I learned it doesn't work. So anyway, yeah. But so it's really ramped up. But the one thing that I will say that I really think the game does so well is they love to give you glimpses of the monsters, and those monsters that are like literally just two sets of legs, like they're joined at the waist. So you got one set of legs that's actually doing all the walking, and then you just have another set of legs sticking out the top, like this.
It's an audio podcast.
Yeah, I know. Thanks. They tend to like run by, like you'll come into a room and you'll see them run, like they tend to run away from you when they see you or sense you. They don't have eyes, and disappear on you. But then they'll put them like around. They'll be completely still and silent, and they don't set off like your radio. Like you're carrying a radio with you, and anytime you hear static, you know that there's a monster nearby. But when these things are being still, that doesn't set it off. So I don't know if it's meant to be motion or it's just the way these monsters work. But and in the gloom, they can look like a mannequin or a piece of furniture or something because they're not moving. And it's just like, it's really effective. It's super effective. So yeah, it's freaking me out, man. The game's freaking me out. That's all I can say. It's freaking me out. I've been stuck in this apartment complex forever now, for like 3 hours. And I kind of want to get out of it because it's every time you turn down another hallway, it's just more, it's just darker and it's more intense. And I'm just
more
like,
scary.
It's more scary. I don't know why I'm playing this, but it's really good. I mean, I'm glad I'm finally playing it. And the remake is so good. So yeah, but that's really all I've been playing this week.
Okay. Well, Phil.
Yes.
What have you been playing?
Well,
I know one game you've been playing.
I have been playing
definitely.
some Pirate Yakuza.
Yeah.
as you might imagine. I'll save that though for a minute because I'm sure we'll chat a bit about it.
Yes.
Couple other games I've been playing is I picked up a game on the Nintendo Switch that I don't know how I stumbled across this game. It had been on my wish list at some point. So I must have seen a video or something about it at some point and wish listed it. It is a Taito game.
Mm-hmm.
And it is called Touhou Spell Bubble. And what it is it's anime nonsense, but it is essentially it is puzzle bobble, but rhythm based.
Oh,
and it's by Taito, the puzzle bobble people. So it's legit. It's like a real kind of puzzle bobble style game, but it is got kind of hyperactive Japanese pop music playing in the background.
Gosh, and a lot of DLC.
A ton. I mean, it's one of those types of games that thrives on having a zillion bits of DLC with like new songs and new little anime characters to add to your roster of playable characters. It's a competitive style game.
Okay.
Because you're always playing against another person or the CPU.
Mm-hmm.
And it's puzzle bobble. You're moving and shooting little bubbles to match and things like that. But and the matches last for the duration of the song that is playing.
Oh, okay.
And whenever you match a large group of bubbles, instead of just immediately disappearing, all of a sudden it starts bringing in little rings that circle in on some of the bubbles, the kind of like Owendon style. And then you tap the button when the circle engulfs the bubble.
Okay.
And it's in time to the music. So you get a little boom, 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 boom. And then depending on how you do, you send more junk over to the other player.
Oh, that's cool.
You have each of the characters have like a special ability, like a card that you build up a usage of, so you can throw out a card that will have some sort of effect that will either benefit you or harm your opponent. And it's actually really, really fun. And it is currently on sale, which, again, going back to what we were saying earlier, Taito stuff tends to be very pricey. I think this game is probably like $50 or $60.
$54.99.
How much is it?
$54.99 regularly.
$54.99. So
this is 50% off now.
That's an expensive game, but at 50% off, less so. And again, it's got probably like $400 or $500 of DLC that you can purchase for it.
It does look like it. Yeah, it's extensive.
Yeah, it has like 40 or 50 different DLC items, and they're all like 10 or $15 each.
Well, there is also a demo to download.
Which
I see.
Which I did download.
Okay.
Because I saw there was the demo, so I downloaded it, tried out a couple rounds, and was like, yeah, this is actually a really fun game. Picked it up, delighted. I don't see myself buying any of the DLC just because it does seem like there is a pretty substantial amount of content in the base game.
Yeah.
There's certainly a lot of songs. There's a lot of songs that you can unlock in the game. You earn coins that you spend on new songs and things like that.
Okay.
It does have an online multiplayer mode.
Nice.
I was curious playing it last night. I was like, because you can unlock stuff by playing the ranked mode.
Okay.
Online.
And how badly did you
unlock? It's
how badly did you lose, Phil?
Oh, I didn't lose.
Oh, okay.
I didn't lose.
You didn't lose
because the game spent about 3 minutes looking for another player and could not find one.
Whoops.
So, Now,
Yeah.
granted, this was kind of late at night, but also at that point, theoretically, Japanese players would be online playing.
True. Yeah.
Certainly, I know whenever I play a late night round of Tetris 99, I end up going up against mostly Japanese players.
Yeah.
But there does not seem to be a very thriving online community for this game, which is
I
fine.
see.
The stuff
And it looks like, at least from this post that I'm reading on Reddit, and the internet is never wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Hmm.
But they have ceased development of further DLC for this
Oh,
game.
is that right?
So if that is true, and if it's a Switch-only game, then it's possible. And it came out originally in 2020, so this is
Oh, the game is that old, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and so maybe not that surprising that there aren't.
No,
If they've stopped development on further DLC and it came out 5 years ago.
Yeah, I did not realize it was that old.
Yeah.
But again, it's real fun.
Looks cool. Looks very cool. Yeah.
Check out the demo. I think because I know you're a Puzzle Bobble fan.
I have been known to play some Puzzle Bobble.
And you like hyperactive anime sounding music.
Yeah, I do.
I think you'll get a kick out of this.
Okay.
So
yeah,
check that out.
I will.
There's another game I was playing on my Steam Deck, which I purchased as the result of a. We got a Blue Sky message.
We did. You want to read that?
It's in our notes.
And
I saw this last week when we were doing our social media section of the show.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to say their full name because it seems like it's their full name, but Varia writes, wanted to give a mention to a game about digging a hole on Steam for being a first-person SteamWorld dig that lasts just a few hours. Not officially verified, but runs great on Steam Deck 2. Figured it might be of interest. And then what other games could also make a good transition to first-person?
Yeah.
To actually ask a question in there with the game recommendation. But I saw that, and your boy loves some SteamWorld dig. And I had heard of this game.
True.
And so I checked it out, and it's cheap. It's like $5. I think
It's
it might even be less now.
Well, it's on sale during the Steam Spring Sale for $4.50.
There you go.
10% off.
10% off.
And it just came out very recently, February 7th.
Yes. And I was playing a little bit, and the SteamWorld dig comparison is not without I mean, it's not a big kind of sprawling, that kind of like Castlevania style gameplay, but it does have that gameplay loop of digging down and finding ore in the ground and then bringing it up to sell it to upgrade your gear. It's very much that aspect of SteamWorld Dig.
Okay.
And it is the premise of the game is that you have a house and you discover there's treasure hidden. There's buried treasure. So you're digging a hole down, and you have some sort of like automated shoveling device that has a limited battery power. So that's your ticking clock to dig as deep as you can and then run up with your ore, and you can only hold so much ore, and then you sell it, and then you purchase upgrades to make your battery last longer or to give yourself more room in your backpack so you can carry more ore before having to come up, or increase the size of your shovel so your digging is more effective. So I was playing a bit last night, and it's kind of in that category of like Power Wash Simulator, where it is just sort of a game you just kind of chill out and you don't have to pay a super amount of attention to it. And you just play this kind of fun, satisfying little gameplay loop, and you make some progress, and it's a little silly, and it's a little fun, and it's pretty cool. And then it's $5. So
that's cool.
What do you want? And works great on Steam Deck. That ain't no lie.
Perfect.
So
yeah,
thank you.
I may have to pick this up too.
Recommendation.
I may have to pick this up as well.
I'm enjoying it.
It looks cool. Let's see. So, and then what else have you been playing, Phil?
Well, the other thing that I've been playing is, of course, Like a Dragon: Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. And by playing it, I certainly mean completing.
Oh,
I finished the game.
Nice. You finished it.
Hooray for me.
Hooray.
I finished it. Ended up clocking in at about 50 hours. I have done just about everything. I haven't 100%ed it. The Pirate Coliseum, where you do your battling, I did maybe like half of the battles that take place in the Coliseum. I looked up, I still have their 2 side quests that I haven't cleared, and they are both related to the Dragon Kart racing game. But other than that, I've done it all.
Nice.
I got all 4 of the dark instruments. I beat all the devil flag bits. I've done all the other side quest stuff. I fully upgraded my boat. I fully upgraded Majima. I got all the different outfits and stuff in the game.
Very nice.
And I really enjoyed this game. I really dig it. I don't want to get too much into it because I know you're gonna finish it. Yes,
I am gonna finish Pirate Yakuza.
I mean, how far are you in it right now?
I'm on chapter 3.
Okay,
so right after
5.
Of 5, yeah, right after we recorded last week,
right?
It's funny. I really only had to do like one dialogue exchange, and then it moved to chapter 3. I was in chapter 2, and then
did you just have to like go to the jewelry store?
Yep, that was it.
What's funny, I had saved right before that part as well.
Yeah.
So I had a very similar reaction to you when I finished up chapter 2. I was just like,
oh,
because chapter 2 was very long.
It is very long. Yeah.
So yeah, it kind of took me by surprise when it ended.
I did do the Pokemon Snap mini game on the trolley.
Oh, good.
The Waikiki trolley, and that was fantastic.
Yes. Did you complete that whole side quest?
Oh, complete it? I don't think so.
Because there's a couple. Because there's like I think maybe 3 different.
Okay, then no, I didn't.
Routes?
I did one route.
Okay. Yeah, there are. I think there should be probably 2 more routes you can go through, and then there's like a final one.
Oh,
that shows up with. Again, I don't want to go into too much detail because it's funny stuff, but it culminates in a boss sequence.
Oh yes, okay. And so I have to do this.
You do need to do it because the boss sequence is pretty amusing.
I mean, we've talked about this for weeks, Phil. Everything about this game, is just cranked up to such a level.
Yep.
Yeah, it's fantastic, and I would have been playing more of this game.
Well, you
had my PS Portal worked. Yeah,
right.
It's fantastic. It's great.
I will say this. Now, have you gone through and done all the Devil Flag stuff yet?
No, I have met the Devil's Flag characters, and I have engaged in some battles with them, but I have not done a whole heck of a lot there.
Okay.
I will though. I am very much looking forward to it.
I will give you this advice.
Please do. I'll take your advice. What is it?
Don't kick too quick.
I never do. That's that's a life lesson that I learned many years ago.
Good.
Yeah.
do take the time to finish up all the Devil Flag stuff. Track down. I don't know how much you've been going after all the treasures on the map, but
do that too.
Get all that money.
Okay.
And do indeed power up your boat, power up Majima. Having all your stats at the max makes so much of the end game almost trivial, just in terms of difficulty.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, having having those devil instruments is extremely useful in some of those later fights, because you can just bring out those evil animals.
Yep.
To kill all the bad guys. So you'll have a much easier time.
Okay.
If you do take the time to power yourself up.
Excellent.
And
all right,
boy,
I will
boy,
do that.
The ending. Again, I don't want to. I'm not going to spoil anything. Hopefully, you can avoid the spoilers about the ending sequence, but it is wonderful. I had a huge smile on my face the whole time. There's so much to love about that whole end sequence.
Okay.
But yeah. What a great game. I'm very, very pleased with it.
Nice.
One thing about this game, which is a big surprise. This is a hard thing to pull off, I think. This game has a kid character in it. A prominent child character who throughout the entire game never annoying. And like by the end of the game, I'm like, oh man, I'm not going to see Noah again. I'm sad. I want to give me a new Like a Dragon game set like 20 years in the future, where grown-up Noah is like riding around on a full-grown tiger, having his own adventures.
How do you know that's not going to happen?
Tell me you wouldn't love that, right?
I would love that too. Yeah.
Some dramatic scene where like Majima's in trouble.
Yes.
Everything looks, I mean, at that point, Majima would be like 80 years old.
Yeah.
Old man Majima's about to get his. All of a sudden, the door bursts open. The tiger comes strutting in.
Who's to say, Phil, that won't happen?
Well, hopefully it does.
Yeah.
I want to see it.
Very likely to happen.
So
that's great. It's great. Yeah.
And you haven't done the Masaru
no, not yet.
Side quest yet?
I am on the hunt.
Okay.
For that one. So I'm on the lookout.
Good. Yeah. Good. Now that you're back home, I'm looking forward to re-experiencing the game through your eyes.
I'm looking forward to that too.
Yeah. It's great. Definitely a wonderful time was had by all.
Excellent.
I think I'm gonna take a little break. I want to get back into Dynasty Warriors Origins.
Yep.
That's been sitting here. Obviously, I got some Doraemon Picross I need to play when that comes out. But
true.
I might go back and start playing like Yakuza 0.
Really?
I might just.
Not a bad idea.
I'm kind of like, I want more. And that, everything I've heard says that 0 is the best of the Yakuza
traditional
games. And, and that one gives you Majima's origins.
Oh, there you go.
So this, I mean, obviously, how do you not love Majima? But of course, playing through this whole game, gets you a lot closer to the character. So I'm like,
sure.
Maybe,
give it a whirl.
Maybe I give it a little breathing room, and then go through and do some 0.
That sounds like a plan.
I might just do it. It's been, I've had it forever, so This might be my excuse.
I don't remember if I have Zero. I definitely have Kiwami.
Okay. It's probably on like Game Pass, right?
It probably is.
They tend to jump onto those free services.
Yeah, PS Plus or yeah. I still have Infinite Wealth to get through.
I mean, we have a lot.
There's so much.
You have a lot of.
We have a lot of Yakuza to annoy Greg with.
Yeah, we do. Should we start a separate Yakuza podcast?
Maybe we should just transition this one into a Yakuza podcast.
Maybe we should. I think it's already halfway there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alrighty.
You know what? After episode 1000, the show is retitled to Player One Kiwami. And and we go into full Like a Dragon mode.
There you go.
Good. Consider it done. Put it on the books.
Done.
But that's it. That's what I've been playing.
All right. I guess that means it's time for social media posts.
Blue skies. Blue skies. I see.
Excellent. Well,
you see what we did?
I certainly
we changed it up.
What we did. Let's do this one. This is actually from Discord.
Oh, for crying out loud.
You ruined
it. Discord. Checking out the Discord. I don't have a Discord song.
Okay. Hacker Alias Pizza posted this.
Just pizza?
Just pizza.
Like,
and
like the food?
Like pizza. Yeah, like the food.
Okay.
Any thoughts on the best age for a kid's first handheld console? I bought my 4-year-old an Animal Crossing Edition Switch Lite. She was 3.8 years old at the time. This past Christmas,
it's very specific,
very exacting.
It's a little too precise.
This past Christmas, and decided against giving it to her. Now it's just sitting in my closet waiting for the right time. It seemed like a bad idea to introduce a screen addiction this young, especially since she hasn't been begging for one. She likes to play my Switch on the TV. Some favorites include Mario Odyssey, Kirby and the Forgotten Land, and Super Mario Wonder. I think Animal Crossing could actually be a good learning tool for her when it comes time for learning how to read.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
I also agree with that. And at least for me, I played Dragon Quest Builders with my daughter when she was first learning to read and narrating all of the text in there. And at one point when she learned how to read and she started doing some of the characters and I started doing some of the characters, like we sort of, went back and forth that way. But Animal Crossing I think would be very good for a first reader.
Yeah. I mean, but there is
best age.
There's a lot of text in that game.
There's a lot of text.
I mean, none of it is terribly complex, but
you may need to help out.
Yeah, that is a lot of text. In that game. I mean, with all the menus and stuff going into like the stores.
Yeah.
You know,
I think what you should do.
It might be a little much for an early reader, unless you are like right there with the kid playing it alongside.
Yeah.
And like reading everything.
It depends as well. Like, do your kids, how do they treat digital devices? Do they treat your Switch and your Switch controllers pretty well? Like, when they have their own device, it might get beaten up a bit.
That's true.
I would almost suggest, and this is what I did with my daughter. Actually, no, I didn't. But this is what I was considering doing, where when like a new Switch came out, I would then do a hand me down.
This is an excuse for CJ to buy a new system.
Yeah, which you could do. Pizza, Switch 2, maybe it's right around the corner, and then you'll have your Switch. You can do a little hand-me-down first, and then do a trial on Animal Crossing, see if she likes it, and then transfer it to the Animal Crossing Switch.
I feel like we've lost sight of the original question here.
I guess we have.
Yeah, you guys are very fixated on Animal Crossing and whether it's got too much text, but like as far as introducing something like that to a child and worrying about screen addiction.
Right.
Yeah.
You're going to worry about that anyway.
Yeah.
Because your kid is surrounded by screens.
Correct.
I'm thinking back to my youngest, like she didn't, my kids didn't get mobile devices until they were like 12.
Yeah.
But I mean, the addiction was already there.
Right.
Your kid will, like, our kids were constantly asking for our phones and for the iPad and things like that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you're going to give it to the kid and not regulate,
you should definitely regulate.
Use it, then you've got a problem. But I mean, that's a battle you're going to be fighting for the next. Yeah,
you should definitely regulate that. And the Switch parental controls thing, the app is pretty good. Yeah, works well.
So I would say that's the bigger thing is, the screen, not giving your kid the Switch right now is not really going to head off any potential screen addiction.
No, and
the only way you're going to head that off is by paying close attention to it and being adamant,
vigilant.
whatever limits you set, don't get talked out of them.
Yeah, and that's tough. Very tough.
Yeah, very tough.
Alrighty, let's do this one from Hacker Alias. It's all jazz. Who says, how exciting is it that the Switch 2 games haven't leaked? What games have you put yourself on media blackout to avoid all possible info before you played it? So I guess this is 2 questions. Well, is it 2 questions? Maybe not. It's exciting that Switch 2 games haven't leaked. I agree with that.
Yeah.
I am very happy about that. Will that be the case going into, I mean, we're a few weeks away now from the April 2nd direct. Will they remain unleaked? We'll see. But I'm very excited about it, no matter what.
They will, but
what games have you put yourself on media blackout to avoid all possible info before you played it? I don't really do this anymore, actually.
No, me neither.
Because I'll generally forget whatever trailer.
One of the benefits of being old.
One of the benefits of being old is I can watch the Claire Obscure Expedition 33 trailers and I'll forget all of that by the time the game comes out. So for me, I don't avoid any. I don't think I have avoided any trailers or anything recently. Can't think of anything.
Yeah, I don't go out of my way to avoid them either, but I don't go looking them up, I guess. I'm excited for Mario Kart. The next Mario Kart. I don't want to know too much about it. I just want to know that it's coming and that I can buy it day one. And
I'll want to know everything about the new Mario Kart. I actually, that gets me more hyped for the game.
Yeah.
I'll watch anything they put out.
It's like, it's Mario Kart game. What spoilers are you going to get? Is Toad in this one?
The gimmick.
The gimmick, yeah.
Yeah, whatever the gimmick is.
I know too much about the tracks. I want to discover the tracks. I play them.
You can still discover the tracks, but watch trailers for the game.
Ah, crap. I knew that was going to have a left turn. This game's ruined.
Ruined. Alrighty.
Yes.
Let's do this one from Hacker Alias Konami Code, who says, what is the oldest game on your backlog that you actually intend to play?
I mean, I'm currently playing through Shining Force CD. And I played through Shining Force 2, which I'd never played through before earlier this year. So I don't know. Probably I got Nintendo games that I'm definitely gonna play through at some point, I hope.
I got a lot.
Do you really?
Well.
Yeah. Realistically, though, what's the oldest one you have that you're going to actually play for real?
I want to get around to F1 Beyond, not Beyond the Limit. Oh my God, what's it called? It's Formula One. It's a racing game on the NES that's got like a career mode that I played a little bit of and I really enjoyed. And I do want to get back to it.
Yeah.
Built to Win. Formula One Built to Win.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's probably the oldest one, and that's 1990.
Okay. I mean, realistically, the oldest game on my backlog that I'm going to play is probably Dynasty Warriors Origins. Realistically.
Does your backlog, like the cutoff doesn't go too far back?
Yeah, well, I'm
the same way.
I have come to a realization in recent years that I'm not gonna. I mean, do I have old TurboGrafx games that I want to play? Yes, I've been wanting to play Dungeon Explorer 2 since the mid 90s. But am I really going to carve out time to play it at this point? Probably not.
Not with that attitude.
That is absolutely true. You know what I would like to play, though? An old game that I've never gotten a chance to, and it looks really fun, and I've heard it's a pretty good game, is I want to find time at some point. I should look up how long to beat. I want to play Crusader of Senti.
Doesn't take very long at all.
Is that right?
Like 6 hours, I think.
This is a Sega Genesis game.
6 to 10 hours, I think. Maybe not even that.
How long to beat?
I played through it last year.
They're saying 8 hours.
Yeah.
If you're a completionist, which I'm not going to be for this, it will be 10 hours.
It's a very quick play.
So maybe I should sit down and play some Crusader of Senti at some point.
On your Genesis Mini too.
That's true.
There you go.
That is true. I do. Yeah. Because it's on there, right?
Yep.
It's
a cute little game.
Yeah.
I think it's probably more fondly remembered than it should be.
Oh, really?
In that it's a cute little game. Yeah, it's good. It's a cute little game, but I think that it gets sort of bundled in with like it's the Genesis Zelda because it looks so much like Zelda.
Right.
I mean, to the point that it looked like they cribbed some of the sprites right out of Zelda.
Oh, okay.
But and also because it's so expensive. Like it's a very rare game physically. So I think it's been built up a lot more than it really should be. Mm-hmm. But having played it last year, because that was the first time I really experienced it too, it is just a sort of a very cute, light action role-playing game.
Okay.
That has a few nice little jokes in it. It doesn't take itself very seriously, which is kind of cool too. So yeah,
okay.
Just don't expect like Zelda levels of
no,
or even like don't expect it to be in like the top 5 Genesis RPGs or anything like that. But it's absolutely worth playing, especially because it's so short.
Yeah, I just want a fun little action RPG.
Yeah, that's exactly what you get out of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I do that at some point. Oh, geez, we got the Ease games coming out too. Ugh.
Mine is Minish Cap. I really want to.
I love Minish Cap so much.
Minish Cap is in my top tier of Zelda games. It might be in my top 3.
Yeah, I feel like that's like the best Zelda game no one seems to remember.
Yeah,
it's got
real good.
Pretty far into it this last time when it came out on NSO.
Okay,
but I need to get further into it.
God, it's such a good game.
Yeah. Oh, good stuff.
Yeah.
I should play that again too, actually. I really enjoyed it. I've only ever played it once. Man, did I love it when I played it.
Yeah. Same
It
here.
is a great game. Really great game.
I want to play Link Between Worlds again sometime soon.
Oh, yes. That's a good game.
On the Zelda tip, I really want to go back and play because I never really finished both of them, the Oracle games.
Oh, right.
Because they were quite good as well. And
yes, they were.
They worked together. They linked up in very interesting ways. And I think I only ever played through seasons and not ages. So
they're very, very good. everybody, and that is our show.
Wow, that's
for this
really it.
week.
Yeah,
Thank
CJ's
you
done with this crap.
Yeah.
very much for listening. If you have a question for us or would like to comment on something you heard, you can direct that to @P1 Podcast on Blue Sky or Threads. And if you would like to go to our internet website at player1podcast.com, you'll find our contact information. You'll find blog entries about Sega CD stuff from Mr. Greg Stewart. You'll find Generation 16 episodes there. You'll find show notes and links to all the things that we talked about in this episode, and a link to our Discord server. We can discuss this episode with us and our other listeners.
If you'd like to subscribe to the Player One Podcast, you can do so by visiting player1podcast.com or by loading up your favorite podcast listening app. We're also on Spotify. You can like us on Facebook. You can watch video archives of our show on the youtubes.com/the P1 Podcast, or you can watch us live most weeks on the YouTubes, the Facebooks, the Twitch.television. Just follow one of our many social media accounts, probably just Blue Sky, to find out when we're doing our next live show. Typically, it is Sunday evenings at 5:30 specific time, so join us, won't you? And I'll tell you what, if you like what you've heard, and how could you, head over to patreon.com/P1 Podcast. Throw a few shekels our way. I didn't talk about this at the top of the show, but after seeing Cirque du Soleil, I have decided to run away with the circus. I'm giving up my career to travel the world and become a clown, and I need all of your financial support to make this dream a reality.
Yes.
So please go to Patreon, give early, give often, and I will spend all of it on corn dogs and funnel cakes. I believe that is what Cirque du Soleil is all about.
I see.
Or we might just use it to fund the show. I don't know. It's up to CJ. He handles the financial end of things,
Thankfully.
me. Not me.
Yes.
But I'll tell you what, friendos, if you are a Patreon supporter of the $5 tier,
Cheap.
you gain special access to a weekly bonus episode. We record it right after this. We play games, crack wise, having fun, doing all that stuff we can't do on the regular show. See, Jay,
Yaha.
do we have a game for this week?
We do, Phil. We have a game.
Jeez. Awesome.
Yes. It is a hardware Jeopardy quiz from hacker alias Bug929.
Like,
This is their first quiz that they've
like the
sent in.
Saturn game Bug?
No.
Is it the Bug?
Why would you say something so mean about one of our listeners?
Oh, I'm sorry. You mean like Bug 2 for Saturn?
Still no.
No? You mean like
No.
Clockwork Knight 2?
Oh, no, not at all.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's their first Jeopardy quiz, so
Ooh.
this will be fun. Yeah.
This is okay.
Yeah.
I'm on board.
Yes.
And it's about hardware?
hardware.
Interesting.
Like Ace is the place for your helpful hardware.
Right, like
Man.
hammers and stuff.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm assuming.
Okay. Yeah, we can do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know what a washer is. The little round metal things, you know?
Yeah.
You put them in like a bolt.
Well, I think so.
You don't
It
put them
makes
in a
them-
bolt. No.
You put them around the bolt.
Not
That's
The
around.
bolt goes through it
There you go.
Ah, yes.
like that.
Oh,
Goes through it like that.
So much
see
for
what
a
I'm doing
family
there?
rating.
this is an audio
You
podcast.
people who aren't watching this are missing something erotic.
Is that what that is?
Oh, you bet it is, buddy boy.
Oh,
Look at this, I can go the other way too.
oh.
Anyway.
I'll tell you what. If you have a couple bucks left over, why don't you go to patreon.com/Greg Seward to help support Greg's outstanding, and it is outstanding, web series about North America's favorite runner-up, home of Crusader of Senti, the Sega Genesis.
Otherwise known as Soleil.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Or
That is
regular
the
Senti, depending on what part of the world you're in.
that's the Mega Drive name.
Mhm.
Yes.
Thank you, Phil. And if you are a supporter of the $3 variety,
That's so cheap.
what Cirque du Soleil shows have you been to, Satan?
Oh, they don't let me in those anymore.
No?
No, I did some inappropriate leering.
Jesus.
What? I'm the devil. What do you expect? I'm gonna get horned up watching these live acrobats in their skin tight skivvies doing their flips and stuff.
Okay.
It's hot.
You get early access.
Hotter than the fires of hell itself.
Each one of my new videos, which come out monthly. The most recent one being a video all about my memories of the original PlayStation.
Oh.
Please enjoy it. And please support the show.
As
Yes.
you should.
Yes.
Is that it then?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
There he is. Thank you.
Thank you, Phil.
Thank you.
Thank you, Phil.
Thank you.
Thank you, Phil.
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
Gregory.
Yo.
Thank you, but for real.
Thank you, Philip.
What?
I'm
I'm offended now.
I was kidding, CJ. I meant thank you.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Phew.
Come on. But thank you, Greg, for real.
Thank you, Phil.
And of course, for actual real, thank you, our wonderful, wonderful listeners, every single darned one of you. As always, please take care of yourself, your loved ones, your family, your friends. Be kind to each other. Be kind to yourself. And we hope, and I believe I speak for all of us here, to see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.